Hey, welcome to the 4 Pillars of Men's Health. So glad you joined us on this 60-year-old Ironman edition. I'm 60 years old this year. I signed up for Tulsa, the full Ironman, 140.6 miles. And I just wanted to give a little report about where I'm at, how things are going. So I'm kind of about in the middle of week 2 of my training. And kind of what I've been doing and working on is getting consistent training events in. So over the past 2 weeks or a week and a half, I'm in the middle of the second week, I've been getting about 3 runs in, three bikes in, and 2 swims in every week. So we're just getting started, but I'm developing some consistency. And during these training events, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm not working hard at it. I'm just getting on the bike and just kind of pedaling along, and my main goal is to get consistency. So that's happening, it's working. One thing that I did learn this week, it happens to be Thanksgiving, and in my area there's we have kind of a family tradition where we go out and do this Thanksgiving run. It's called Huffing for Stuffing. And you can choose what you want to do. You can run like a fun walk kind of a thing, or you can do a 5K or 10K, and it's just a lot of fun in the morning before Thanksgiving. But I went out and did it alone this year. Typically my family goes out and we do it together, but this year it didn't work out. So I signed up for the big one. I signed up for the 10K, and I thought I was just going to go out and have a little fun with it, and I ended up signing up for the long one. And then I got there and got kind of excited, and so I put probably like a level 8 or level 9 energy level into this thing, and what happened was I got a pretty good time, but I'm still suffering from that. Like my calves have knots in them, and I'm still suffering from the recovery from that, like almost a week later. So the thing that I learned from that experience is that you can't jump in and go from like 0 to 60 and expect to have like a consistent, ongoing, healthy training program. So don't do that. If you're going to go sign up for something like that, make sure you sign up for the one that's easy for you and that you can have fun with, at least at this point in our training. So the thing I've been thinking about this week is based on the studies that I've had with Joe Farrell, but it's about like, what is my potential as a triathlon guy and an Ironman. I signed up for this Tulsa, Oklahoma thing. I got 25, well, when I started I had 26 weeks. I'm in my second week of training. And so what is my potential? And I think what I'm going to do there is I'm going to sit down. First, I need to consider my age. I turned 60 this year. And so I need to take that into consideration. I just told you about my Thanksgiving Huffing for Stuffing run. And so I think I found out my running abilities, and it's kind of like as a base. And so I think I'm kind of want to sit down now and just write down what is my goal, what is a reasonable goal for me to get this 140.6 mile accomplishment done in May. And so that's what I'm going to look at, is what is my potential, and be reasonable about it. Another thing that I've been thinking about, I got 25 weeks left of training, and how do I optimize that and make it get the most bang for my buck out of that. And I think as I was reading through some of my studies, I think what I need to really think about is my philosophy of training. And to me, for me and my philosophy of training, I think it comes down to a few things. One is I need to be consistent over the next 25 weeks with my training. So I need to be hitting my training marks, what I've set out, what I have planned. And so that's the first thing, is being consistent. The next thing is I need to focus more on being in moderation, and not like I just told you about my big turkey run and how I overdid it and how that impacts my training. So I need to be focused on moderation and consistent growth and consistent fitness and those kinds of things. And then the other thing that I think I need to do is really focus on purposeful training. And that to me, that means that I need to have a specific goal for every training event that I have scheduled. And so what is the goal of that training event? Is it going to be a half an hour? Is it going to be an hour? Is it going to be 4, 5, 6 hours, whatever? And what is the goal? What am I trying to do to my body to get it to a new level of fitness? And so those are the things that I'm going to be looking at and considering as I'm going into this training event. And so a little bit about the philosophy of training. I think the Ironman thing kind of attracts like type A personalities. So, and I think a type A person, I have a little bit of this in me. You just want to go out there and do the best you can and hit this hard and just go and get like huge amounts of fitness and get in shape really quick. And I don't think that really works. In fact, I was visiting with my friend who just became, a few years ago, became a professional triathlete. And he was telling me about a guy that went for a gold medal, and he like super overtrained. I mean, he was like maxed out with training, and he ended up getting, I don't know if he got gold, but he ended up doing really well at the Olympics. But the problem was over the next few years, that was a few years ago that he did that. Over the next few years, he's been like in this slump where he can't recover. And he's got injuries that he's dealing with one after another and sickness and things like that. So what happened was he just like charged at it and never like paced himself and never did recovery stuff. And he just overdid it, and now he's paying the price. And I want to be in good shape for a long time to come. I want to be doing Ironman when I'm 90 years old. So that's my goal. And so if I want to do that, I need to be consistent but moderate in my training. I think so many people in triathlon train like too frequently, too hard, and too long. And I think it's so important to schedule in times where you're just like recovering. And that's really when your fitness happens, is you do a workout, you break your body down, and then you give yourself time to recover. And so those are the kinds of things that I'm thinking about. And in this next video, for next week, I'm going to be talking about purposeful training, because that's a big one. I don't think you can go out, if you have this big goal of doing an Ironman, you can't do haphazard training. You've got to have training that has a purpose, has a very specific reason why you're getting on that bike and what you're trying to accomplish on that bike, or when you're doing your run or your swim or workout or whatever. But what is it that is the purpose of that specific workout? And you've got to have a purpose, and we're going to dive into that on the next one. Hey, thanks for joining me, watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot. But I'd really appreciate if you would like, subscribe, share this with other guys, get some people excited about triathlon, get into Ironman. I'd really love it. It really helps my channel out.